Let us now see how to configure our project for MySQL. So far we have used SQLite as our database, but now we will configure it for MySQL, and for this the first thing that you will need is that your MySQL should be running. You should have its password, login ID and the server IP where it is running. These things should be available to you, and once you have them, then you will have to come to your project and install this NuGet package MySQL.Entity Framework Core version 5.0.8. As of the recording of this tutorial, this is the version that is available right now from Oracle, the company that provides you MySQL DLL for this. This is the latest version that is available, but Visual Studio is now on .NET 6 and 2022 it supports .NET 6 out of the box. So when you are doing this project on Visual Studio as of today, you will have to use .NET 5 version, and once this 6 is available, then you can change the version to 6 and things will become okay. No other change will be required. So let me show you the whole story. This is the project. I'll come to the properties. This is the current project that we are doing, and here I have to set it as .NET 5.0, although .NET 6 is also available, but because the NuGet package is available till version 5, I have to use .NET 5.0. If you are downloading this project from the course, then it is already in .NET 5.0. You don't need to do any other change. Now come to the startup file. After you add this install package mysql.this, see, I'll copy this and come to the tools and console and paste it here and click enter. So this will get installed. After some time it will get installed. Then you will have to come to your startup class. The startup class you will find in the Solution Explorer. This one. Come to the startup class, find the configure services method, and there you will find this one, services.addDB context options goes to use SQLite. We will comment this line out, and in its place we will use options go to use MySQL. This will be available after you have installed that package. You will have to make some resolve namespace and then it will automatically be available. See this use MySQL, it is using one of these mysql.data.mysql client. Once this namespace is available, then this will be available. Now the connection string. For this connection string, there is a class MySQL connection string builder. You can just substitute your user ID, your password, your server and your database. This database doesn't have to be present. No, not to be present. This will be automatically created. This will be automatically created by the code first approach that we are using. So give any name here. Once these are available, then you have to pass this con to use MySQL con.connection string. It will automatically build the correct connection string for you. This is the only change that is required, but there is a small change that will be required to two models, doctor profile. I will show you. These are the models that we are using in this project. One model is doctor profile. Let us double click to see what is there. Now in this there is if you remember, there is a property called profile picture where we are storing the base 64 string for the picture. Now this profile picture will be in kilobytes, so this string will be a long string. MySQL requires that you specify the size of the string, so we will have to add this annotation column type name is equal to long text. This is required for MySQL, and in case you decide to upgrade your project or maybe modify your project for use on SQL Server or on any other database, you will have to comment this out and you will have to add the type name corresponding to that database. Some databases do not require this at all. For example, SQLite doesn't require this. But if some database gives you error, then come to check on this one and write the correct type name for your database. This is one thing. Similarly, in the consultation, if you see, there is a byte array that we use for uploading the patient's PDF file, the test reports that patient may be doing. That also will require to be specified as long blob when you are using MySQL. So these are the two changes that you will need, and now you can see that we will run the project. Everything else will work. You don't have to change even a single line anywhere else, because this is all .NET Core's codes first approach, where, as I have always been telling, that you have to simply change your user. Use MySQL, use SQL Server, or whatever database you are using, just add that statement here. Now you can run this project and you will see it in action. So this is what opens in my case, and this I have written here, you will need to have MySQL login password. By put them in startup.cs file. So register, it will work. I'll just show one registration, then any h at h.com, and I am a doctor, register. After registration, it comes to sign in. Again, I have written for you, uses MySQL, paste, and then sign in, and it will work because there is no data, so we are not finding anything. You can keep updating. Now this is going into some error occurred. Let's check it out. Wait. Well, this error usually occurs because I will change the name of this database, because I've been testing it earlier, so this database must have conflicted somewhere. So I will run it with database name changed. Register, and let us register q at q.com. I'll copy this, because during testing many things occur, so that is why. Now general bio, I think, updated successfully. So now you can see that it will actually work successfully. Let us select some state, and it will also get updated successfully. And there is a picture also that you might want to see, the profile picture, and choose a file. Now I will need to go to images, select this image and update it. So you can see that it all works perfectly. So now you might be interested in seeing the database also, so let me show you the database also. This is my SQL and I will log in into it. Let me just type the user ID and password, and now I will use my to database changed, show tables. Let us see all the tables that are in this. So consultations, doctors, login and patients, these tables, they are available. Available because these were used, and therefore these have been created, and others they will be created as you keep using the project. Let us see what data is in them. Select star from doctors. So this is actually a long blob. This is that picture that it is showing. So it has shown that picture. So I will go to select. If you remember, the image is stored as base 64, so it goes that way. A lot of text was shown. Select from login, I think that was a table. So you can see that your data is indeed getting stored into the MySQL server. So this is how you can update. You can download it and it's ready made. In fact, you can also modify these NuGets to connect to your SQL Server also. Try it out. Thanks.